Did you know that you can rewire your brain quickly, daily, in just 10 minutes? The fastest way to do this is not with an app, it's going outside. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Ramos, Yale trained neuroscientist and the creator of Zen Brain Academy and the author of The Art of Stress-Free Living and Inside Out Calm. In today's video, I want to go into how nature is designed for you and how we are a nature deficit society in this digital age and how it's negatively impacting you. In Zen Brain Academy, I do explain how to integrate nature more, no matter where you live. Even if you live in a city, how do you integrate this more into your life? If you like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It really helps us to reach more people. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please drop them below and let's get started. Let me share a, uh, a short little presentation just to kind of go into this in a bit more detail. So the your brain really is designed by nature, and the reason is because you are nature. Everything that's living comes from the same code, and nature has a certain rhythm and code to it that is very beneficial to us. From the aromas of nature to the sights, the sounds, the textures that we often don't get because we're, in a sense, desensitized from nature. We're often in a box with very bland geometry and colors and textures and smells, and we don't move enough. And just 10 minutes in nature can really change your brainwave activity, shift you from what you normally are in, which is beta activity or high beta, which is stress, engage in the outer world, busy, to a calmer state that is more restorative, and it will restore your energy and your peace faster than anything that you would get on a screen can. So even if I were to look at a natural scene or listen to some relaxing music, it's not a substitute for this natural effect. So there's a science behind this. Again, you want to shift out of where you normally are in during the day, which is beta, more into alpha waves. Think of alpha as the daydreamy state, the state that you're in when you just woke up, you're feeling a little bit groggy, a little relaxed. And so nature is that neural reset that's going to get you back in a rhythm. And so our nervous system evolved with nature, not really with devices and notifications. And actually, studies show that if you spend times outdoors, it's going to have a number of benefits. In Asia, Japan, for example, they have something called forest bathing, where people will spend some time as a break. Maybe they'll take their lunch break and they'll go somewhere where there's nature and they'll sit and they'll have maybe they do a little Tai Chi or something of that sort, and then they'll have a small meal and then they'll walk back to their office and finish their workday. It really makes a big difference to be in contact with nature. It's going to lower stress hormones, increase, as I mentioned, the alpha waves, boost your mood regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin and even anandamide. Because feel good chemistry is when we give ourselves the things that feel good, that we like. Our body then, in a sense, rewards us by releasing chemicals that reinforce that behavior so that we keep doing it. Just 10 minutes of natural light can actually rewire your stress centers. And it's going to reset stress and give you that kind of different feeling afterwards where you can go for another round of work. Let's say if you were at work and you took a break. Your brain is really designed for nature. You're going to be like this lady over here, but when you go out into nature, you're going to feel a different sense. I remember one time I was working and I was feeling really out of sorts. And I decided to go walk one of my dogs, and I went outside and I just stared at a tree that had a particular geometry. And that geometry was very soothing to my nervous system, I found. And the more I looked at it, the more my nervous system calmed. I went inside, boom, locked in again, and went for another round of work. All right, let's go back here. So when you step in nature, that sensory overload that you may have been feeling is going to change instantly. Your eyes are going to shift from a narrow point of view, which is what we're often have a device in front of us or a computer in front of us, and we're always narrow-minded. We may be walking somewhere, but we're looking at our phone. But the panoramic vision that you get with nature, think of maybe you go to the Grand Canyon and you just get this open view of the canyon and of the desert and that view or a big mountainscape. It really inspires awe. And awe, I talked about in social media, is one of those things that really makes a big difference that we often don't have awe-inspiring moments in our lives. This will activate the parasympathetic nervous system and then activate that calming side of us, lowering our heart rate, improving the breathing. It's going to start to slow down. Our nervous system is going to be brought into balance and it really starts to reset us. Here's a 10-minute nature reset. Remember, it's about walking with presence. Feel as you walk, your body moving. Breathe as you walk. Take in the sights and sounds if you're able to do it somewhere where there's nature. Leave the phone behind. Walk slowly. Breathe with your nose. You could even breathe in sync with the breath. Notice any color, texture, sounds, smells. Those rhythms are going to start to feed your nervous system, and your steps are going to get in sync with your breath more easily. And then every minute that you spend outdoor is something that you really cannot replicate with a screen. That reset, the calmness, you need it today, start today. Remember, nature isn't really a luxury. We're a nature deficit society, as I mentioned. It's a biological requirement for a balanced brain. In Zen Brain Academy, I teach a module specifically on this, on how to get in sync with natural rhythms, these nature-based resets, how to integrate nature into your household, into your life, even if you live in a city. You can join today and it's free. You can try it out for 2 weeks, join some of our events, our classes. I do in office hours. I'm there available an hour. If nobody shows up, you're the only one. You can get a free one-to-one coaching session and ask me anything you want. Remember, rewiring your brain takes one mindful step at a time. Join Zen Brain Academy, and I hope to see you on the other side. Take care. Stay Zen.